Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome today to this video, and thank you for hopping on and hanging out with me for a few moments. I'm really excited about the topic today right here on this whiteboard behind me. We're going to be talking about everything you need to know about the current fall 2020 housing market. Not, this past summer or the past spring or even this upcoming winter. Right now, what's happening, what has brought us to the market where we are at this moment. So we're going to get into that in just a moment. And actually, when I say everything, I really only mean 5 things. We can't talk about everything, but those 5 things do spread across the market pretty substantially. So we're going to jump into that here. But before we do, let me give a big shout out to all of you watching on Facebook and Instagram, those on my YouTube channel, even those who are at sellbydiy.com. Thank you for joining in. Sellbydiy.com is my resource blog. That's my resource website where a lot of these videos and articles and blogs, I'm trying to create content to help you in your real estate needs and in your DIY journey. So I really want to encourage you to do it yourself. That's why, one of the reasons why I've started this, because I have a huge passion for DIY. So hopefully this is encouraging and equipping for you. If you hear something that you like on this video or any article or any video that I do, take a moment and like it, comment, subscribe if you're on a platform where you can follow or subscribe. It really helps me to know that what I'm sharing with you is hitting home. And if something does hit home, then share it with somebody else that maybe you feel like could hit home as well for them. So I appreciate you taking the time not only to watch the video, but to really interact. And that makes all the difference for me, knowing that what I'm sharing with you is good quality information and equipping you and encouraging you in your journey. So let's get into the 5 things, everything you need to know about the current market, housing market that we're in right now. Now, in order to do that though, we've got to build a little context. Everyone loves context. So let's go back a year ago, almost a year ago, to the early part of 2020. I realize that it feels like that was 20 years ago. But oddly enough, it's only been about 8 months, 8 to 10 months. So remember when we got hit, blindsided by something that was unprecedented. You've heard that word a million times every day, really. How unprecedented the times are that we are in today. It happened because of this pandemic. The pandemic hit early in 2020. Now, it was in March of 2020 where a lot of parts of our country in the United States and other places around the world began to shut their economies down. The economy shut down, that everything started to change, and many businesses and many restaurants, they were negatively affected by the pandemic and by the shutdowns. Those sectors got destroyed, they got crushed. But one sector continued to flourish, and that was the real estate market, and it continues to flourish today. Forward all the way to now, here we are in the fall of 2020. What are some things that we need to know about kind of how we've got here through this kind of market? How we got here? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Well, let's start with number 1. Delayed real estate deals piled up. All right, imagine you are a hypothetical buyer or seller. All right, we're going to put our feet into the shoes of a hypothetical buyer and seller. Through the winter of 2019 and 2020, before the pandemic really hit, there were people that were preparing their homes. They were getting ready to sell in the spring. There were people that had been saving money for so long, and they were looking forward to buy a house come springtime. And because of the pandemic and then the eventual shutdowns, those things didn't happen. Those deals just got sidelined. They started to pile up. And over the life of the quarantine, however long it was for you, the shutdown, we've all experienced it a little bit differently. But however long that was, those deals just piled up. And so that hypothetical buyer, hypothetical seller, they just kind of had to put it on the back burner for that time. Now, after the shutdowns stopped and they opened back up, now you have all the buyers are like, hey, let's go. I'm ready to go. I've been saving money. I've been waiting now, so let's go find a house. The problem is the sellers weren't so eager. Right? The sellers wanted to wait because they weren't sure what was going to happen with the market. They wanted to make sure things were going to stabilize before they made the effort to put their house on the market. So what we saw from the end of the shutdowns to now was all these deals just started a slow trickle. It was a slow trickle in, a little bit here, a little bit there, nothing overwhelming, which created the seller's market. Low inventory, high demand. And over the time, over the summer, now through the fall, we've seen that trickle just begin to increase. So it all started with the delayed real estate deals, all those deals that just got piled up during the shutdowns. All right, number two, mortgage rates. The interest rates are extremely low, at an all-time low, in fact. About a year ago, we refinanced our mortgage, and I thought we were doing good back in December, January, where we got a 3.5%, and everything was looking good. But now, I mean, you can get a mortgage rate in the twos, like low to mid twos. Imagine how much money you'll save over the life of that loan. If it's a 30-year loan, how much money you'll save over the life of that loan. It's insane with a 2.5% versus a 3.5%. So if you're looking to buy, now is the time to lock in those really low interest rates, because we don't know how long they're going to be this low. Of course, you know that the mortgage rates, the interest rates, they follow the Fed. So as the Fed goes up and down, so do the mortgage interest rates. So we just don't know. It could be a while. We could be in these low interest rates for a while. It might change, in a week. We have no idea. So right now is the time. If you're looking to buy a house, it's the time. Now, I will caution you, don't make a mistake. Don't buy something you can't afford. Don't go crazy and say, oh, I got to beat the mortgage rates, and I got to make sure I get this purchase in before they go up. Like, don't make a mistake. Be smart. Buy a place that you want. Buy a place that you like. Get a good deal. Negotiate. All those things, and make a good deal. Don't do something ridiculous just because the mortgage rates are low. Number three, lower home prices. Now, this has to do with the trickle effect that happened. So again, as the homes started to trickle back onto the market just a little bit, they picked up as we are coming through the fall. Now, what that does is it's still a buyer's or seller's market. It's not changed to a buyer's market, but what we're beginning to see is, because there's a little more inventory on the market now, home prices are starting to lower a little bit. They're starting to come down. There was a survey I read the other day, just said that that during the fall, that home prices might tick down about 2 to 3%. That's because you're starting to see more people putting their homes on the market, little by little. Again, it's still a seller's market, but you're seeing a little tick down from where we were about 6 months ago. Number four is new construction. New construction has been stable mostly throughout the year, but during the shutdown, I mean, nothing could be built. So what's happened is, once we've come out of the shutdown, new construction has really started to roar again, and it's beyond more than just stable. It is actually doing really well. So if you're looking to buy a home, new construction is a good way to do it. You don't have to deal with the inspections. You don't have to deal with previous buyers, previously owned properties, wear and tear, things like that. If you can buy new, now is a good time to buy new. And number five is buyers compete. Now, buyers compete, this is what it sounds like, where we are today. Again, it might be, the buyer's market might be ticking down a little bit, but it still is that buyer's market, which means there's way more, I said buyers, I meant sellers. There's way more buyers out there than there are sellers. So buyers are competing against each other. Multiple offers are happening all over the place. I just dealt with one yesterday where there were multiple offers happening, and we lost out on it. So if you're a buyer out there, you need to be aware of that there's a good chance that you might have to pay a little more for that house that you really want. Again, as I said earlier, don't do anything stupid. Don't make any mistakes. But there's a chance you might have to, up it a little bit if you really want to get that house and you can afford it. You really want to get that house that you want. So just some thoughts there. Hey, also, I will say, listen, I'm a licensed real estate agent. So if I could help you buy or sell a property, I'd be glad to do that. I love to serve. I love to get to know people and build relationships and really help you on your journey of real estate and DIY. So if I could be a part of it, reach out to me. You know my website, sellbydiy.com. I also have another one, jacksellspgh.com. All my contact information is on those sites. Please feel free to text me, call me, email me, and let me know how I can help you. And I hope this video today was helpful. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to more opportunities to invest in you and to encourage and inspire you along your journey. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you on the next video.